How could you sleep through that? Same place. I'm right behind you. Let's go see what this is all about.
This way, please. Mind where you step.
Keep going. Stay on the path.
Please excuse the mess, Your Excellency.
All right. I'm getting that impression.
Enjoy yourselves. Counselor Vandacia shall be with you momentarily.
Oh, I told you. Not as I understand.
Be careful. I don't think they want us wandering around on our own.
I'll tell you what I told Vandacia. I'm Sombrin. So, Vandacia has let some of his... There aren't enough of you to stop Vandacia. He has an army of elite soldiers, crazed cultists, and Daedric creatures given to him by Mehrunes Dagon personally. You're hopelessly outclassed. Me? I'm the main event at this infernal affair. Vandacia plans to sacrifice me to his Daedric prince. Referred to me as one of the... I don't know. Maybe. My mentor used that term once or twice, but I never paid it much mind.
You get the key. I'll stay here and watch over Sombrin.
here. Not even the High Priest. Flesh like a cloak.
Over here! We're too late. While you were searching for the key, Vandacia arrived and called in the nobles. We're too late. While you were... Great, but if we can cause a panic, get those nobles to run around screaming, that should create enough of a diversion for you to use that key and set Sombrin free. We just need to accomplish that before Vandacia gets to the part where he sacrifices Sombrin. Take these Reekers. They're beetles similar to dewbugs. Very tasty, though they release a foul odor when they die. I was saving them for later, but I'll get more. Place them around the hall. Then, when you give the signal, I'll loose some arrows. Just drop the Reekers around the perimeter of the chamber. Once you've placed them, give me the signal and wait for the clouds of stench to clear the room. Then you can set Sombrin free. I hope you can hold your breath, though. We had an infestation in my village when I was a little girl. If you know how to do it, you can kill them without causing a stink. They're quite delicious. But if you just crush them or stick them with an arrow, phew, that's what we're counting on. Place the Reekers around the chamber.
Brothers and sisters of the waking flame, behold our future. This is one of the fabled 4 ambitions of Merun's Dagon, and his death will elevate us all. Like the others of his kind, he was created from...
Now that's what I call a distraction.
Interrupt this sacred ceremony! Destroy them!
Counselor, this way!
The High
before
Priest is
the
getting
foes are
away!
overwhelmed. Now go! I will deal with the intruders. Next.
I need a moment.
Capture the ambition at all costs!
Get up, Sombrin! We need to get out of here!
I can't. Too exhausted.
I'll help Sombrin. You need to deal with those removals.
Take your companions and leave this place. We shall see each other again. I guarantee it.
Thank you for getting me out of that place. I am in your debt. That story would take too long to tell. Let's just say I made the mistake of returning to a place where I once lived. I wasn't paying attention, and suddenly I was surrounded by Von Dacia's cultists. They overpowered me and I woke up in chains. Yes, I would like to meet these other ambitions. Find out who they are, what we are, and learn more about this power Von Dacia seems intent on taking from us. Lead on, and I will follow.
Take Sombrin to the Temple of Debella, then meet me at the Governor's Mansion.
Lead the way, my friend.
Remind me never to get dressed up for a romp through oblivion again. This fancy outfit threw off my aim ever so slightly. I think we have to. We've got 3 of the 4 ambitions. Now we just need to figure out what to do with them. That goes without saying. Take Sombrin to the Temple of Debella in Gideon. That's where Keshu was going to hide the twins. Then, meet me at the Governor's Mansion. I want to let Keshu know what happened.
I owe you, my friend. And Sombrin always repays his debts. But for now, I'd like to meet these other ambitions and get some rest. This ordeal has been...
Gideon's walls get some getting used to.
But who are you?
Well,
My name is Sombrin, and I, like you, am an ambition.
Another ambition? Truly? How very nice to meet you.
Thanks for getting me out of Von Dacia's clutches. I thought I could handle myself, but the cultists took me unaware and would have sacrificed me to Mehrunes Dagon if not for your timely arrival. Go see Evely. The twins and I have much to discuss. Oh, we have much to discuss. Find out how our experiences growing up are the same, and more importantly, how they might have been different. Don't worry, I just want us to get to know each other a little better. Of course. We won't keep anything like that from you. I give you my word. Now, if you'll excuse us, I'd like to get to know the other ambitions.
Is this Sombrin speaking true? Is he really an ambition? sacrificed. That's horrible. So you didn't find him in... what did you call our home? A vault? The Deadlands? As in the Oblivion Plane of Mehrunes Dagon? We learned about that in our studies. It's supposed to be a beautiful place, or so we were told. I'm glad you rescued him. Perhaps he knows more about who we are than we do.
Another ambition? Seems like you're collecting us like a child gathers marbles. Still, how can you be sure he's just like us? Interesting. I don't think I like this. An odd name for a band of religious fanatics? Oh well. Don't worry about it.
Do you happen to know where we are? I've gotten more.
Akruti welcomes you. Are you interested in excitement and valuable rewards? This one can help. There are many spectacular rewards that a crate could contain. You can view this. May luck follow you.
What?
Look, I've got just as much right to stand here as anyone else. If those scantily clad Debellites want me to leave, you tell them to come out here and say it to my face. You're not one of their sanctified bullies? That's a relief. Call me Ferric. I came to Gideon to clear my family's name. But the loose-robed fanatics in the Dibalacium want to run me off. Started with dirty looks. Now I'm getting threats. They think my Grana Cerise murdered their high priest decades ago. It's not true, and I mean to set the record straight. Might take a little snooping around, but the evidence is here. I know it. Want to lend a hand? Thanks for the help. Not easy for Gemains to make friends around here. The Debellites use that manse in the center of town as their Dibalacium. Sort of a consecrated love nest. There's proof of Grana's innocence in Gideon, we'll find it there. Like I said, the victim was one of the Debellites' high priests, a woman named Rolaine. This was 60 years ago, mind, but my grandfather tells me the locals worshipped the ground she walked on. Thought she was a prophet, or something near to it. My Grana Cerise was Rolaine's flower bearer. Followed her everywhere she went. When a heap of treasure went missing and Rolaine vanished, Grana was the prime suspect. No one could prove it, of course, since they never found her. Like wood smoke in a windstorm, and without breathing a word to my Grandpa Lier. Way Grandpa tells it, neither of them would so much as visit the Lou without telling the other where they were headed. But the locals wouldn't listen. These damned zealots rallied half the city, gathered up torches and shovels and ran him and my father out of town with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Even outside of Gideon, the rumors followed him. We haven't had a moment. Bravo. Took an awful long time, what with the Three Banners War and all. But I made it, and I'm not leaving till I settle this once and for all. Might have happened yesterday for all these people care. Nobody holds a grudge like an Imperial. If your name is Gemain, you're lower than dirt in their eyes. I just had a son a couple years back. An apology? I'm not that naive. I'm a carpenter by trade. I'll settle for people not hiding my tools and splitting my sawhorses 6 times. Well, not exactly. For now, I can say I have good reason to think there's more to the story. I'll know more once we look around their makeshift Temple of Dibella, and I'll feel much better about doing that having you with me. Like I said, the victim was one of the Dibellites' high priests. So, this is the Dibellasium. Just what I expected. Look at this place. These Dibellites fancy themselves free-spirited bards blown by the wind. But they've got enough gold to make Zenithar blush. Doesn't matter. This is where we'll find our answers. I don't know yet. I just know we have to look. Take this. It's a rare bit of magic called a memory stone. Grana Cerise gave it to Grandpa Lier the night before she supposedly murdered Priestess Rolain and fled. Maybe it'll show us something. I'm a carpenter, not a mage. But according to this dark elf I showed it to, the mushroom wizards up in Morrowind used them to store their memories. The catch is, you have to stand where the memories occurred to wake up the magic in the stone. Aye, that's the hope. I know we face long odds on this. Magic stones and lost memories sound like storybook nonsense, but it's really all I've got to go on. How about we start our search on the ground floor? Like I said, the victim was one of the Dibellites' high priests, a woman named Rolain. This was 60 years ago, mind. But my grandfather... my Grana Cerise was Rolain's flower bearer. Followed her everywhere she went. When a heap of like wood smoke in a windstorm. Look! The stone flashed! Did you see? I saw that stone flash like a torch bug. Something's happening. Is that... It's a memory! Who is that? Laura's mercy! By the 8, what was that? A murder? Someone recorded a murder in that stone? Why would anyone do that? Wait, could this be related to the disappearances Grandpa Lier told me about? Aye. The way Grandpa Lier tells it, in the weeks before Rolain vanished, a handful of novitiates went missing. None of them were popular enough to raise an outcry. People said they must have just left, trying to get out from under Rolain's shadow. Grana Cerise helped all the novitiates, cleaning linens, tending to flowers, arranging sheet music. She knew everyone. These people probably would have pinned the disappearances on her too. But the story took a dark turn after Rolain's murder. The Dibellites decided it must have been a conspiracy. The missing novitiates were all in on the plot. Now we see the truth of it. Can't be sure, but whoever murdered those novitiates might have murdered Rolain too. We should keep investigating. Another flash. Try the stone now. Not another one. preserve me. So real. There's no doubt. Someone murdered the novitiates here and stored the memories in this stone. That's why Grana Cerise gave the stone to Grandpa. She knew something. She was hunting the murderer. I guess we should search the top. She had an alibi. Grandpa Lier said they were on holiday during the first 2 disappearances. They visited the Topal Bay every mid-year. Plenty of witnesses. It wasn't her.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done here.
It's our killer again. What's he doing? Gods, what is that? Magic? Did you see those gestures? Can you repeat them?
What is her name? The Sunblessed.
Mara's mercy! Skeletons! Are those the murdered novitiates? I think I might... Come on, Fer. Keep it together. These skeletons must belong to the missing novitiates. Find anything? What have you got there? A letter? Here, let me have a look at it. Oh, and can I have my stone back? I think I've had my fill of grisly memories for now. Clara, Ariel, Edgard. Yes, these were the novitiates. This should bring their families some closure, at least. It wasn't enough that the murderer killed the novitiates. She had to steal their souls, too? How would someone even do that? Huh. I've heard of soul gems before, but not black soul gems. I thought mages just used them on rabbits and goblins and such. These black ones can suck up the souls of men and mer? It preserve us. The ledger said the killer traded them, right? Never heard of them. But then again, honest carpenters like me don't do much business with soul-stealing wizards. It's all academic anyway. There's no way of knowing if the trade even took place. Unless that map you found contains a clue. I never told you how Priestess Rolain died, did I? She left to visit Leowyn in her carriage, along with her flower-bearer Cerise, my grandmother. They never arrived. Maybe this map shows where they went. Let's see where it leads, eh? You're asking me? I figured you'd know. Whoever they are, I guess they like souls? The ledger said that the killer was bringing black soul gems to trade for a reward of some sort. So you do know about them. I figured. You seem to be taking this all so calmly, like you've seen all this horror and worse. So, these waking flame folk... By the 8, I hope not. I can't imagine how horrifying it would be to die, but not die. To be trapped forever in one of those black soul gems. Just thinking about it makes me feel like I want to vomit. I'm so glad I have you to protect me. Grandpa said there'd been talk about how Grana Cerise and the other junior priestesses of Dibella were greedy. When news came that Priestess Rolain had been murdered, none questioned they'd killed her. I don't see how it could be anything else. Sadly, I imagine the angry people who burned down our home and chased Grandpa Lier away are dead now, so they're beyond justice. You're asking me? I figured you'd know. Whoever they are, I guess they like souls? The ledger said that the killer... Look, there in the water. Could that be it? See what you can find. Look there, the carriage. I'm afraid to ask. Let me see. Yes! I've seen that seal too many times. See the flowers encircling... So Priestess Rowlane was transporting those? Why? Did Grana Cerise know about it? They left town together and vanished together. Do you think... No, it couldn't have been Grana. She wasn't in Gideon when the novitiates were killed. The priestess had access to the treasury. Had the ear of the people. It all makes sense, except how she died. You should say hello, right? I'm right behind you. It's Grana Cerise, isn't it? She's been here in this cave all this time. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm sure uncovering murderous cults and meeting your grandmother's ghost is run-of-the-mill fodder for you. But for me, this is a bit much to take. I know. I should have told you from the start, but I didn't want to scare you off thinking I was crazy or something. It started a month or so ago. A ghostly young woman roused... I know it is. She just stared us both in the face and guided us to her remains, right? But what now? She put an end to Rowlane's plot, but no one will believe that might actually work. Keshu the Black Fin and her Argonians couldn't give two croaks about Dibella and her flock. Keshu's war mage, Fire from Nowhere, knows local history. He might just listen. If you don't mind.
no sign? Good. Carry on. Son's greetings, Biko. Your friend's eyes seem gray with worry. What troubles you both? Rolaine. Ah, yes, the prophet woman these smooth skins mourn. She's been dead for a very long time, but still they cry. It is very strange. But that is the Imperial way, I guess. What did you discover? Something to quiet their hearts, I hope. Well then, that is not what I expected you to say. If this is true, there will be a great wailing in the Dibolasium. Disbelief also. They curse the woman Cerise Germain, and all who hatch from her clutch. Your proof must be hard as stone. I can tell you speak the truth. In the name of Keshu, I claim the Breton Ferric Germain as my charge. I place my hand upon the Hist and swear no harm will befall him here, and the truth of this will come to light no matter how grim.
Thank the Eight for fire from nowhere. And for you. I never could have accomplished this without your help. I guess I'll stay in Gideon until we put this matter to rest for good. I want to see these people's faces when they come to terms with what really happened. Then, it's back to Bravo in my woodshop. Sooner the better. Thanks, hero. For everything. If I didn't trust Keshu and her Argonians to protect me, I'd flee right now. I'm sure there are plenty of people in Gideon who will want me dead for what I know. But I'm staying. Grana Cerise was a hero. Relieved? Honestly, I started all this to get the people of Cyrodiil off my family's back, and to get a full night's sleep. Not exactly selfish, but not a righteous crusade either, you know? But now that I know what Grana went through... Aye, and sadder. But we sorted it right. Spirits at rest, remains recovered, souls returned. I hope. This is as happy an ending as we could hope for, given the circumstances. If I didn't trust Keshu and her Argonians to protect me, I'd flee right now. Relieved?
Did you get Sombrin settled into the temple? Did you introduce him to the twins? Perfect. I was telling the governor everything that happened. How we traveled to the Deadlands and stopped Vandacia from sacrificing the third ambition. We need to figure out our next move. Oh, before I forget, here's your share of our compensation.
You have done well so far, mercenary. Now we must speak.
never want to eat anything else. It's not boasting if you're right.
Every stone tossed into a pond causes ripples. The stones you have thrown have caused waves. As much as I wish to assist you, I need to think of Gideon and its safety. My spy master tells me that Counselor Vandacia still has eyes in the city. That even now we fear he is aware that we harbor the ambitions. That he gathers his cultists to assault Gideon. The presence of the ambitions puts my people at risk. Keep the ambitions safe, but we need to find a better place to hide them. Talk to the ambitions. Perhaps the third one you rescued. Sombrin, was it? Evely said he wasn't locked in a vault when the cult found him. Maybe he knows more than the twins. I would never turn away anyone in need. We will protect the ambitions for as long as we can, yet I fear my legionnaires will not be able to hold off Vandacia's force. My spy master reports a flurry of activity that is troublesome, and Gideon is not the fortress it once was. Even so, my Blackfin Legion will give as good as it gets. Better even. What most concerns me is the possibility of treachery. Vandacia's family is powerful and has deep roots in Blackwood. His spies and political allies fill Gideon like wine fills a goblet. And not all of them are cultists, at least not openly. I fear the enemy we cannot...
Go on, Kalia. Unleash your power.
What
Just
is
like
it?
back in the Sanctum.
All right, if you say so.
No! Wait!
Something's wrong.
Pull back, Kalia. Pull back!
I can't!
Hold on. Let me help. There.
How did you do that?
Practice. I trained to control my powers after I left my vault. When I was freed from my vault, it took months for my own power to reach such levels, and then it nearly destroyed me. I'm surprised Callie has gotten to that point so quickly after her release. Our powers grow exponentially once we leave the protection of the vaults. It's what they were constructed for. But Calia's power has advanced much faster than mine did. It almost consumed her. If not for my mentor, the same would have befallen me. When Duke Varen's forces came through, they set me free. To them, I was just another political prisoner. I wandered without a purpose for a time until my power reached a level similar to what you saw here. That's when my mentor found me. I don't see why not. Plus, it will probably be safer if the three of us leave for a while. There's an old shrine northwest of here. Let's meet there. I suggest you tell your Wood Elf companion where we're going. Find us in the marsh to the northwest. I'll take Callie and Destron and meet you at the shrine. Don't worry, I'll protect them. The cultists won't surprise me again. Just let your Wood Elf friend know that we have the twins, and we'll keep them safe. I was raised in a vault, just like the twins. Isolated, ignorant of the world outside. All I knew was that I was different. Special, somehow. Duke Varen's forces set me free when I was 16. My mentor found me some months later. I fell in with mercenaries, wandering and learning to fight even as my power grew. I was beginning to lose control when my mentor appeared. She was a shaman of sorts. She taught me how to master my power, but she never referred to me as an ambition. She said she had been looking for me. She knew of Mehrunes Dagon's interests in a hidden secret and had been searching for it. But it wasn't until my power began to manifest outside the vault that she was able to locate me. She saved my life. The governor is wise. A moving target is harder to hit than a stationary one. And if we're no longer inside the city, Vandasia's cultists have no reason to attack it. I wasn't paying attention. My mentor warned me that I was going to be hunted, but I didn't listen. I returned to my old vault to see if I could learn more about who and what I am. The cultist ambushed me, knocked me out before I could respond. The governor is wise. A moving target is harder to hit than a stationary one. And if we're no longer inside the city, I wasn't paying attention. My mentor warned me that I was going to be hunted.
That was terrifying. I've never felt anything like that. Ever. Nothing like that ever occurred during our training in the Sanctum. What's happening to me? My gift is fire. Summoning flames is as natural as breathing. In the vault, it was always just a spark or a simple flicker. But when I tried to hit the target, I couldn't control it. The fire inside me, it wanted to grow, to spread, to feed. I'm fine. A bit lightheaded, maybe. Whatever Sombrin did, it put the fire out. At least for now. I don't like this. What if next time I summon the power, no one can help me extinguish it? I could hurt Destron. I could burn Gideon to the ground.
Our power seems to be getting stronger. Harder to control. If not for Sombrin, Kalia's own power might have consumed her. Is this our punishment for abandoning our sanctum? No, probably not. But we're definitely getting stronger. You saw what I did in the sanctum. My power is lightning, but after seeing how Kalia lost control, I'm hesitant to use it out here. I will, though, if I'm called upon to defend my sister.
I'm over here. Keshu told me to take a thinking break. It helps to take a break sometimes, you know? From thinking, so you can think better later. Anyway, how are the ambitions doing? Have you figured out a better... Well, that sounds bad, obviously. What happened? Oh! I knew there was a reason we plucked him out of Vandasia's fortress in the Deadlands. I mean, other than preventing a human sacrifice. So who is this helpful person? Stick close to them. You need to keep the ambitions safe and out of Vandasia's clutches. While you're away, I'm going to continue helping Keshu's Blackfin Legion. And I want to be around when my cousins from Valenwood finally arrive. Good luck.
All sorts of mounts come through. I treat my mounts well. If your mount...
If I didn't trust Keshu and... Relieved? Aye.
All I ask is that you all keep an open mind.
That's a Dremora.
Sombrin, what's going on here?
Easy, everyone. This is Zaina. She can help us. Mercenary, why don't you speak to her?
Interesting. I didn't expect to hear from Sombrin again after he left, despite my advice. But to find him in the presence of a powerful mortal and 2 other ambitions... But where are my manners? Greetings, mortal. I am Zaina. And so I did. I sensed his need and offered my assistance. He learned well, and as he will tell you, I never betrayed him. Is that why he has summoned me? Because those other 2 ambitions now face the same danger that almost consumed him? Then you must bring them to my sanctuary. They are far more than anything you can imagine. I helped Sombrin because I didn't want to see him fall into Mehrunes Dagon's hands, or destroy himself with his own power. I will do the same. I hide in the Deadlands. Yes, Dagon's realm. But I have ways to protect us. Before you bring them, they must be attuned to this realm. Find slivers of the Deadlands lodged in your world. Sombrin will show you how to use them to attune the Emperor.
As I said, Zaina helped me. And she can help Kalia and Destron. You just have to trust her. And if you can't trust her, trust me. Forgive me. But in my experience, most of Nirn takes a dark view of Dremora. Zaina found me when I was at my worst. If she wanted me dead, she could have killed me years ago or just let me destroy myself. Instead, she helped me. Taught me control. Oh, of that I'm certain. Competition in the Deadlands is fierce, especially among the non-aligned Remora. I know that she seeks allies to call upon when the need arises. Having 3 ambitions who owe you a favor? Oh, that's like gold to Zaina. Let me mark your map. Zaina told me where to find these slivers of the Deadlands when I needed them. Dagon cultists often enshrine these shards whenever they find them. You'd be surprised how often chunks of oblivion make their way to Nirn. I'll describe the process when you return. I need to prepare a portal at a place where the planar boundaries are thin. Take Kalia and Destron and gather the slivers. Then I can attune them to the Deadlands. I also marked where to meet me on your map. Our powers interact strangely with the natural forces of the Deadlands. That's why we need to be attuned. Of course, I underwent the process years ago. Now we must help the twins do the same. Keep them safe, then meet me on the road. No, you're not an ambition. Besides, you've been to the Deadlands already and suffered no ill effects. If the twins attempted that before we attuned them, the plane would rip them apart. Our power is connected to Mehrunes Dagon in some way. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that there's some element of Mehrunes Dagon inside us, and it wants to return whence it came. I think that's what Von Dacia hoped to accomplish by killing me. Anyway, I'd rather not.
Let's find these objects from the Deadlands as Sombrin's mentor suggested. If it helps keep me and my sister alive, we've got... No, but I never heard of ambitions either before all this began.
I suppose we must trust in Sombrin's experience. Does it matter? I felt the power inside me when I lost...
Can you believe it, Kalia? We're going to be great heroes!
What's heroic about being consumed by our own powers?
Zaina taught Sombrin to control his powers. She'll do the same for us.
If the cultists or our own powers don't kill us first.
Come now, sister. Where's your sense of adventure?
What if Zaina only wants to use us for our power, Destron?
She can't force us. You heard her. She needs allies, and we're as powerful as they come.
I've read the stories. Pacts with Daedra never turn out well.
I'll protect you, Kalia. You have my word.
Silly little brother. I'm the one who protects you.
You're barely older, only by a moment. 2 slivers of the Deadlands, 1 for each of us. Mission accomplished.
I fear it just gets more difficult from here.
You worry about everything. Let's go meet Sombrin.
Don't let that one take more than his share. I don't care if he has to go a long way to get to the treasure, he's not getting another bite. I knew that would get your attention. I'm not the sort of woman who would lie, you know. Can't tell you where it is, not with all these little ones running around. They don't want it to be too easy for you. I can give you a hint, though. They say it's a place of buried ruins and lost hopes. And also stone arches. I've asked, and there's nothing. I'm tired of the squirrel's annoying chatter. Still, these little creatures.
Destron, stop! This is serious.
Relax, Kalia. We're on an adventure.
Destron, be serious. Our own powers could destroy us.
That won't happen. I won't let it.
It might not be up to you.
Kalia, we'll figure this out.
We're doing this to avoid all that. Did you gather the slivers? You found the Deadland slivers? Good. I set up the portal at the top of the hill behind me. Alatun, Kalia, and Destron. Then we can make our way to the summit. I need you to deal with a complication for me. Creatures were drawn to the hillside by my actions. Could you make sure the path to the top is clear? The last thing we need is for some mundane and random threat to provoke a response from Kalia or Destron. Alright? Just like we discussed. Focus on the slivers of Deadlands.
It's working!
I've never traveled by portal before.
Quick, step inside. Follow when you're ready, friend.